Hi Gemini, if you haven't seen part 1, this is part 2, so go back to part 1. This is part 2 where I'm going to clarify what's going on with your year reading. Goodness, unbelievable, lots of stuff happening, lots of power issues here with your reading, and maybe power play issues. You have the Empress cards wanting to come out as the underlying issue too. Could be somebody's mother or your mother or something like that. We're going to figure this out, though. The donate button, too, is just a site or a YouTube video that I joined their fundraiser with them for homelessness, combating the root causes of homelessness. And I like what they do. They help people. It's called Invisible People, and that is just a shout out to them. So let's get going on clarifying. First of all of these cards that represent power, authority, all this stuff, all of them were in the reverse. Meaning there's a good hard look at things, and I don't see changes, but I know that when the Tower card's out here, it's the biggest thing is finding this change. I don't think it's good or bad. Like I said in the first part, the King of Pentacles is in the reverse for January. So January, maybe something to do with commitment with the family or something like that. You could be waiting on news, waiting on good news, perhaps, with the Page of Wands. So the challenge might be getting news regarding maybe a loan or something with extra, that's something that would help with the cash flow with whatever it is with family and commitments, family business. Tell me more about that. Tell me more. What's the, waiting on the good news, waiting on the good news. Perhaps you're waiting on a person, because as I'm saying that, I'm looking at this Two of Cups, and she was covered, or he doesn't, whatever, but the Page of Wands being like sideways, I don't know, it's kind of like maybe that is what we're waiting on, or waiting on someone to commit. That could very well be it. So I think you get commitment. February shows really good partnerships, harmonious partnerships, things going and looking well, making good decisions together, harmonious times. So about commitment, choices, harmonious, being together harmoniously. So February looking pretty good. March, the Knight of Wands is in the reverse. Sometimes this could be like, if you don't pay attention to the little details, there could be a careless mistake. That could happen with the Knight of Wands. Or this is like some kind of thing where we're waiting for somebody to commit, and then somebody that maybe you thought was twin flame energy or something, they do something that messes things up, or moves, or something like that, or something unexpected that puts a halt to any movement in whatever direction that night was going on. So normally travel, normally movement, but like I said, either could even represent like some kind of move being canceled, I guess. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. So we'll get more information as it can, it can be a person, it can be jeez. Wow. Gemini, you're really writing the rules here for something. You are really writing the rules here. There is something that, okay. So the Emperor in reverse. The strategy, no strategy, and don't move forward. Let's just hunker down here. Because very next, you have the next group of months, April, May, June, being the Hermit. Which is, let's regroup, let's research before we move forward. There you go. And I think that's saying halt. And usually there's a halt until things, well, are either worked out legally or balanced out. Or there's some like new ways to write how to do something, procedures regarding procedure, or how you go about something. You could look at an incident where maybe somebody you know gets their authority like taken, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe somebody that was a manager that you work with, maybe somebody changes bosses or something, or somebody moves, or something just really may surprise you when it comes to these big figures, like these people in your life that represent the Emperor, Justice, King of Swords, how something's traditionally been done. That's different. Something's different. Something's different, especially from and it all starts with, I don't want to say it, but the King of Pentacles in reverse is corruption. Sometimes it's corruption. So all can start with this like little seed here. You've got such a dramatic reading. So, and this can be it trying to either be regrouped, revealed, looks like transformed. So you've got people basically practicing here with that Five of Wands. I think this is the most significant thing to pay attention to. Would be this month would be very significant to pay attention to. And so May and June, well, April, May, June, because by June you could have people maybe all focused on attaining like the same thing sometimes, that the goal becomes for some people to pull you off your focus. You know, that becomes their focus. That doesn't always, astrology doesn't always work. Sometimes it does if you're not aware of it, you know. Like they say, if you're aware of the evil eye, then it can't do anything to you. That's kind of like what I'm getting here. I would have your, well, I would definitely put your card up June and try to stay as focused and together as you can and practice. And like I said in part one, this could be like some kind of court case that gets moving forward. And if that's so, then June could be when you go to practice battle it out or something like that. And, you know, if it is something like that and that's really resonating with you, like something huge, it could possibly get pulled into not being necessarily completely solved within a year. I don't know, because it feels like it's something so big. The Queen of Wands, don't take any big risk at this time, July. Because of the Queen of Swords, because it's gonna be very important for you to know exactly what you stand for, what your boundaries are, you know, not letting anybody push you around when it comes to the beliefs that morally you hold very, very tight to. Like you don't want to change your decision on something. It can be really protective energy. And so therefore, if you're wanting to be really protective, you may not be wanting to take a risk and put yourself out there because of that. This card was also, like the Emperor in reverse, was also what came out for your reading for July, August, September. So like I said, there's going to be a focus on protection. There's going to be a focus on decisiveness and how you really feel. So that you feel like you're not only saying your truth, but you're sitting in it, you're living in it. Be crystal clear on what you want. And that's coming, I'm going to say that again, because that Seven of Cups, there's nothing clouding this person's judgment. They're absolutely like, no, I'm sure what I want. By this point, by August, I feel like it's just abundantly clear or evidentially clear what you want. Woohoo! Seven of Cups again, and another 7. 777 might be really significant to you. There's something about not saying anything or not, I don't know why they would say not stand your ground on something, but there's something about strategy about not saying or talking too much about something. You have the 7 of Cups twice. So there are many options, and there's the option to, hey, you can not see things clearly and make a choice that's not good for you, but you don't do that. All right, now I've got, this is like a soap opera reading. Okay, so Ace of Wands is September. It's like your match is what I want to say. It's the match. It's the magic wand. It's where the passion comes in. Queen of Pentacles reverse. Sometimes that's a matriarch figure, but here, listen. I will say, I would just watch out for anybody that tries to like interfere or make any kind of major decisions for you regarding how you run your family life or your home business, or anybody that's trying to tell you something that would disrupt that, or somebody that's not being very compassionate. That might have a result of why you would be willing to take up this Ace of Wands opportunity. This can be a couple that here just didn't work out. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. Or it can be talking about mother-father issues. Maybe starting with the father issues. Maybe mother issues here. I'm not so sure. Tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles. If you want your happiness, if you want the happiness and making it, you can't make everybody happy, right? But you can work on grace and forgiveness all the time, and that does make people happy, and that does make people around you happy. So that might be what it is to focus more here on what you're passionate about, and then that can bring this completion, emotional happiness. The 10 of Swords, it's like not doing that, not going through that situation. Not going to be betrayed by your own self-sabotage or addictions or attachment to greed. Placing the happiness first, or emotional part first. 10-10 coming out, meaning it's all about patience and divine timing. And this, my friend, is divine timing. What a divine timing for you to completely make this year yours. What's with the Magician in reverse? Why the Magician in reverse for October? And then remember, these energies are here so that you can actually change to what you need to change, things that you need to change. Yeah. So it feels like there's a situation with this High Priestess in reverse where somebody feels a little bit vulnerable, or maybe I would just be careful about what it's bringing me to this. Be careful about what you say when you come to these options here in August. Careful about what you say or reveal, because the High Priestess in reverse is kind of like feeling a little vulnerable, perhaps, or it's just not feeling like you've got the magic, or that something has lost its magic. So this is about focusing on the star energy, things coming true, hopes, wishes coming true. Tell me about the Nine of Swords, normally about how you're thinking, and of course it's going to be the Nine of Swords in reverse. That is the answer to your situation. Don't make yourself vulnerable by telling everybody everything. That might help you out a lot this year, because there's opportunities where somebody, it feels like, is going to gain your trust really well. What reason or another, we end up withdrawing and figuring out major change transformation. I think quantumly, you can probably change all of these energies, starting with don't make yourself vulnerable to begin with. That is your answer. That will, and always believe in your own magic. And keep your thoughts really positive. You've got to be able to forgive yourself, to forgive others. 6 Cups in the reverse coming out with the December Judgment in reverse. It's a soul family connection. Tell me about this. What is up? Is it separation or is it... Oh, okay. No, it's just like you may be wanting somebody to take better care of themselves or pay more attention to their health decisions. Yes, that's probably it. Or you are looking at needing to forgive, possibly to improve soul family connections, networking, in order to start receiving more abundance in general by you starting to receive life and how things happen easily. Wow, Ace of Cups on the bottom. Wow, your reading was crazy, Gemini. Your reading was crazy. You're going to own this year. So I hope you enjoy your reading. And of course, join me for your next 48-hour readings. And like and subscribe, and that helps so much. So sending you love and light. Bye-bye.